So, really exciting week for you. You're going to learn my eating method, okay, which really is just going to make things so easy for you. And it'll take a little bit of thought initially, as anything new does, but once you get your head around how easy this is, then you're sorted long term. Okay, so not only will it help you to lose the weight in the first instance, it will help you to still like go out, eat out, have a life, have fun, feel satisfied. But also, after you've got the weight off, you will continue to eat like this, and it can allow a little bit of a little more leeway as well. So that's all good. So here we go. There are, now I really practice the 80 eating this method, 20% not eating this method, like allowing for meals out or, puddings, a few drinks, that sort of thing, okay? So bear that in mind, that's a really important factor. The second really, really important thing here is you should be eating, or you need to start eating 3 proper meals a day, okay? We're not missing out meals here because that just leads to snacking in between, and then you're just not hitting the methods and macros that I need you to be doing so, okay? And it just all goes haywire. So 3 set meals. Find a time that works for you, and you should try and keep within like an hour of that time for those 3 meals. So breakfast for me is always at 8:30. Lunch for me is between 12:30, and dinner tends to be fairly early as I eat with my daughter because she's got loads of after school clubs. So that tends to be at about 5:30. Okay, so just so then you've kind of got an idea of kind of spacing things out quite nicely. If you leave eating your main meals for any longer than 4-5 max hours, then you really need to put in a snack in between that, okay? Which we want it to be fairly high protein. So choosing just a little snack just to tide you over is really helpful. Otherwise, you'll get to that hangry stage where you just want to eat the whole cupboard and the fridge, just everything in sight, basically, which is not really very helpful. Okay, so eat 3 meals a day. Practice the 80 eating on it and the 20 not worrying about it, okay? The next things are your macros. And like I said, it will all be written down. There is a really easy infographic pictures for you to print off. Put them on your fridge so that it will help with your planning, okay? And just make it really visual and really easy for you. But the main theme of your eating method is protein. I cannot stress this enough, how essential this is for you to lose weight, okay? If you're not hitting your protein, then you are going to be looking for food elsewhere, which usually tends to be more junk food style kind of things, too many carbs. None of that is that helpful for you to lose weight, okay? We can eat carbs, but we need to keep it into a set amount, which I will explain in a minute. So protein. Not only does it go hand in hand with your resistance training that you're doing with me to build up that lean muscle, okay, not bulky muscle, nice lean muscle, but also it fuels your body. Your whole body operates off protein. It really needs it, and it will just put all hunger at bay, okay? It's really satisfying and really, really good for us, okay? So we want to get 5 portions of protein a day. Now we use our hands. So this is a protein portion. Now I've got big hands, so I get to eat bigger portions than some of you, okay? But it's 95% accurate. How cool is that? Using your hands as a measuring tool instead of calorie counting and all that stressful stuff. So brilliant. 5 of those. And again, we will break this down really simply as the weeks go on. So please don't stress about this, but it's good to get the ball rolling and get your head around kind of how things are going to go over these coming weeks. So you're not guessing, you feel really clear about this. And the other thing is to watch this video a few times, okay? Because over the coming weeks, you'll be like, oh, hang on, I've kind of forgotten what Heather said about doing about this. So I'm talking about my daughter. 5 of those. I tend to double up. So breakfast, 2 of these, lunch, 2 of these. In fact, that's a lie. I tend to have 1.5 of these for breakfast, 1.5 of these for lunch, and 1.5 of these for dinner, and that leaves room for a snack as well. Okay, so that's your protein. Next, we want to go with carbs. Now, there's not a scientific rule to this, but what works really well for my ladies is about 4 carbs a day. Okay, 4 to 5 will be absolutely fine. And what I include in my carbs, okay, I'm showing you how much one portion is. It's a cupped hand for us ladies. Okay, cupped hand. And that's cooked carbs. So we're talking rice, we're talking pasta, we're talking I don't know what else, quinoa, although that's protein as well. But we were going to oats, that sort of thing. I was just thinking what people eat. And then I do include fruit in that as well, and root vegetables. If you're having quite a lot of root vegetables, then that can count as your carbs. Things like beetroot, carrots, potatoes, obviously. But 4 to 5 a day is absolutely fine. Now, the best thing to do here is not to combine 2 carbs at once, okay? You want to try and keep it to that 1 portion at each meal, okay? And the reason for this is that it can really mess about with your insulin levels if you're having too many carbs at one meal, okay? It's basically carbs, if they're not being used, they do turn into sugar, and then that will turn into fat. Okay, so if you think of them in the sense of being like a sugar, then it's raising your insulin levels, and then it's going to drop you back down, okay? And if you have it where it's just 1 cup, it keeps you at a nice level, okay? It doesn't take you up to that peak and drop you back down. And when we get that drop back down, that's when we go looking for more carbs, and that is just... it just goes onto a roller coaster then throughout the day, and it just makes things very, very hard for you. And we don't want things to be hard. We want things to be really, really easy. So stick to 4-5 a day, okay? I tend to have frozen berries in the morning, which I count as 1 carb. At lunchtime, I might have a couple oat cakes. And at dinner, then I will have proper family meal and have probably some things like potato wedges cooked or some rice, that sort of thing. Okay, and I find that works really nicely for me. So that just gives you an idea of how that's going to work. Fat, okay, fat's great. We need that. Our brain needs that. Our body needs that. It tastes nice. It makes foods yummy, and it's all good to have some fats. Okay, so fat is the top half of your thumb. Okay, that's 1 portion. Now, if you're thinking in terms of what that would look like food-wise, what I really recommend that you save your fats for actually enjoying the flavour of them as well. So don't use them to cook with. Use spray oils and things like that. Save the oil, like extra virgin olive oil. Save it raw for just putting over vegetables or dressings, making dressings for salads, that sort of thing. Avocado, it is a vegetable or fruit. I think it's fruit, isn't it? Because it's got obstone in it. But that would count as a fat. So saying if you're having a really nice salad and you have some avocado with it, then that would count as your fat portion as well. Other things are seeds added, which is a bonus because it adds up as protein. You'll find there is some overlap of certain foods. Don't worry too much about that. You can never eat enough protein. Okay, ladies, I'm going to try and get you to eat 5 portions and you'll be shocked at how much that is initially. So if you go over on your proteins, that is all good. All right, no worries there. And then the final thing, which is really essential as well, and we've got to make sure that we're getting lots of variety, is having colour on our plate. Why do we need colour on our plate? Because it's nutritious. Okay, so we want rainbow colours going on throughout the day. So in the morning when I have like my protein smoothie, I have frozen berries. I might add a bit of spinach into that as well. You can get that green powder stuff. All those things are giving me lots of vitamins and minerals to really fuel my day, okay? So think about getting lots more colour on your plate. I don't want to see bland cardboard food. We need to make sure that our plate, our meals, are made up of protein and nutrition, so colour, so vegetables and salads, okay, with a little bit of fruit as well. How's that sounding? It's quite a lot to take in, isn't it? Just to recap, protein is essential for you to lose weight and not be hungry. Okay, so 5 protein a day. Again, I'll write this all down for you. 5 protein, 4 carbs, and 4 fats. I don't think I said how many fats, did I? Sorry, 4 fats per day. And practice that 80 on it, so eating this method 80% of the time, allowing 20% not to worry about it. And how can that look? That can look like a really nice Sunday roast dinner with pudding and a couple of drinks, something like that. Okay, and yeah, lots of colour on your plate, and three set meals a day, okay, with a snack at a time that you feel you need it most. Lots of people find they need it in the afternoon slump time if they're not going to be eating till later in the day, or in the evening, just a little snack, just to have something to nibble. So I'm really excited for you this week. Any questions, then just ask, but I have included all the information written down and the photos for you to print off and stuff as well. So hopefully should be super clear. Take care.